forward to doing something I always talked about doing every year on this particular night but never did. I was going to catch the great pumpkin. That's foolish, my older brother would always tell me. I never paid attention to his brute remarks. It was a fable tradition, if you will, that our town always had. Ever since 1959, when a boy went missing in the pumpkin patch our town had on Halloween night, and his mother claimed to have seen him getting taken by the great pumpkin. Every year during Halloween since I was 5, I always promised myself I would check out the pumpkin patch to see if the rumor was true, but I always would rather chicken out or get deterred by my siblings to continue trick-or-treating with them. But this year I devised a plan. After a day of watching scary movies and eating supper, our mom started doing our makeup for our costumes. We all decided to do costumes that fit characters from The Wizard of Oz. I was the Cowardly Lion, my little sister was Dorothy, and my brother was the Tin Man. It was rather unfitting to be dressed as a cowardly character, as I was going to do something tonight that was anything but cowardly. Alright, we're all done, my mother says as she finishes my brother's makeup. I go to my room to grab my bag and I put a flashlight in it. My siblings are already out on the driveway waiting for me as I catch up with them. We head left towards the houses we knew gave out decent amounts of candy. We hit a couple blocks until my moment comes. Guys, I'm gonna go to the house that gives out full-sized candy bars. Okay, we'll catch up with you. My brother says I go that way. The house I'm referring to is on its own road away from the site on my siblings that was still on one of the roads with subdivision houses. It's also the same road that leads to the pumpkin patch. Obviously, I skipped the house and continued walking for about 7 minutes until I finally arrived. I had to pull out the flashlight to see through the giant expansion of pumpkins until I could finally reach the center of the field in a little empty spot where the boy supposedly was taken. I turned the flashlight off as I don't want to give away my position for too long. I sat there about 5 minutes until I felt the ground shake. In the middle of the spot the ground started to sink into a hole. I thought it was just a sinkhole until I noticed these things coming out of it. They were black with splotches of orange and looked slimy. They were tentacles. Soon this orange monstrosity arose from the ground. Its main body was a pumpkin with glowing eyes and jagged mouth like a jack-o'-lantern, although it was 5 times the size of an actual pumpkin. It laughed an evil, deep laugh as it reached a tentacle to grab me. I screamed as it pulled me closer. I felt it loosen its grip on me as I heard a scream behind me. I turned around to see my little sister in shock looking at this thing. A tentacle reached out to grab her and pull her in. I tried to stop it, but it was no use. It hung her over its mouth, which was gaped open wider than its whole body, and dropped her in. It looked at me with a smile and said, "Happy Halloween, Matthew."